There comes a moment in every life when the world stops waiting for your permission and decides to test what you're truly made of. And in that moment, something inside you quietly whispers, you can break or you can become unbreakable. There's a kind of strength that doesn't shout, doesn't flex, and doesn't try to impress anyone. It's quieter than that. It shows up in the way a person breathes through pain, in the calm they protect when everything around them is pushing for a reaction. That strength is emotional strength. And the Stoics believed anyone, at any age, can build it. Not by force, but through habits, discipline, and learning how the mind actually works. So today, think of this as a gentle lesson in becoming emotionally untouchable. Not cold, not distant, just steady, like an old tree that knows storms will come but trusts the depth of its own roots. These are 6 Stoic habits that build emotional strength, the kind you feel deep in your bones. Number 1, slow down before you react. Most people react instantly, like a spark hitting dry paper. Anger flares up, fear takes over, guilt rises, defensiveness kicks in, fast and loud. But a Stoic warns to pause. Just a breath, just a moment. Enough space to see the emotion without becoming the emotion. Epictetus said, "You become what you give your attention to." And in that tiny pause, you separate what happened from how you choose to respond. You get to choose, instead of letting old wounds choose for you. Imagine how many arguments, regrets, and painful misunderstandings could be avoided with a simple 3-second pause. That pause is emotional strength. Number 2, let go of what isn't yours to carry. Life piles weight on your shoulders, expectations, judgments, disappointments, people who love you less than you hoped. But here's the truth. Half of what you're carrying was never yours in the first place. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it does not harm your character, it does not harm you." Yet we let opinions cut us. We let uncontrollable situations steal our peace. Emotional strength begins the moment you stop holding what doesn't belong to you. How people see you, that's theirs. What they say about you, theirs. How they choose to live, also theirs. What's yours? Your character, your choices, your peace. Let the rest fall away. Number 3, face the truth even when it hurts. Most people run from honesty because honesty demands growth. It shows us who we really are, not the polished version we present to the world. Seneca said, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." But you can't have yourself in your own power if you keep turning away from your flaws, your triggers, your patterns, or your role in your own suffering. Emotional strength grows the moment you stop blaming life and start understanding yourself. You weren't meant to be perfect. You were meant to rise again and again by being deeply honest with your own reflection. Number 4, do the hard thing now, not later. The Stoics understood that procrastination isn't laziness, it's fear. Fear of discomfort, fear of failure, fear of facing what's difficult. But emotional strength is built every time you walk directly into the thing you've been avoiding. Marcus Aurelius wrote, Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every difficult task you face, every fear you walk toward, every uncomfortable truth you finally accept, each one shapes you. Not into someone who needs motivation, but someone who relies on discipline. And discipline, quietly and steadily, becomes the architect of emotional resilience. Number 5, sit with your emotions instead of running from them. Pain is a teacher, but most of us drop the class before the lesson begins. We drown ourselves in noise, in busyness, in distractions, anything that keeps us from actually feeling what's going on inside. But the Stoic sits with their emotion the way you'd sit with an old friend who has something meaningful to tell you. Because when you stop running from sadness, anger, or loneliness, something amazing happens. They lose their grip on you. They become visitors instead of rulers. Strength isn't the absence of emotion. Strength is trusting that you can feel deeply and still stand tall. Number 6, choose purpose over impulse. Every single day, you decide who you're becoming, not through big life-changing moments, but through small, quiet decisions. Do you act from emotion or intention? Do you follow impulse or principle? Do you chase comfort or meaning? Emotional strength is choosing long-term peace over quick relief. It's choosing the path that builds you rather than the one that slowly tears you down. And this choice doesn't happen once. It happens dozens of times a day. In your words, your habits, your reactions, your discipline. The Stoics believed you become strong when your actions reflect who you want to be, not how you feel in the moment. There's no ceremony where you suddenly become emotionally strong, no applause, no dramatic transformation. It happens quietly, over days, over months, over years. In the way you breathe instead of explode. In the way you walk away instead of cling. In the way you release instead of shatter. In the way you choose growth over excuses. The Stoics believed you become strong when your actions reflect who you want to be, not how you feel in the moment. There's no ceremony where you suddenly become emotionally strong, no applause, no dramatic transformation. It happens quietly, over days, over months, over years. In the way you breathe instead of explode. In the way you walk away instead of cling. In the way you release instead of shatter. In the way you choose growth over excuses. Emotional strength doesn't try to be loud. It doesn't ask for attention. It's something you live, something you become. And if you're hearing this right now, if something inside you feels tired, worn out, or simply ready to grow, maybe this is your moment. Not to run from your life, but to rise within it. Build these habits slowly, gently, patiently, and one day you'll look back and realize you didn't just survive your storms, you walked through them without losing yourself. If any part of this touched you, if even one line helped you breathe a little easier, imagine what the next lessons could offer. Before you go, give this message a moment to settle. Let it guide just one small choice tomorrow. A calmer reaction, a clearer boundary, a step toward becoming the person you've been trying to meet for years. And when you're ready, subscribe and keep walking this path with us. Emotional strength doesn't appear overnight. It grows quietly in those who choose reflection over reaction and healing over holding on to old wounds. Come back anytime life feels heavy. This space will always be here. A place to breathe, to reset, and to remember who you're becoming.